So people have been asking me, friends, been asking me to post this video of my late 1800s, early 1900s aphrodisiac machine. This was made when a lot of homes didn't have electricity, so people were still using candles and things. And it was a changing time. It used to be if you were married and you wanted to have sex, you just told your wife, hey, let's have sex. Well, laws are changing, times are changing, social things are changing, and it was considered not couth to just tell your wife to have sex with you. You had to actually talk her into it or make her want to have it. And this was an invention created back then to help facilitate that. So we have it here. So, like I said, back in the 1900s, or late 1800s, early 1900s, a lot of homes didn't have electricity. So this machine runs on a Stirling engine. So you can run it without electricity, and you can run it inside your house. You'd have to burn coal or wood or whatever. So how it would work is you put it by your bedside, just like it is now, just on the nightstand, usually your nightstand or your wife's nightstand, didn't really matter. And you'd have this thing. This part of it is called the candle. Basically, when I'm uploading this video, is the instruction book was lost a long time ago, and other people want to know how to use theirs. So I'm just telling them what I remember from the instruction book. So this was called the candle. It's basically just a wick, and you use some sort of clean fuel in it. I use this 91% alcohol. Back then, I'm not sure what they used, alcohol or kerosene or whatever, but like 91 burns pretty good. So anyway, your wife would be in bed, and the husband would usually get out of bed early. And if he wanted to have sex with his wife, right before he left to go get his coffee or read the morning paper or whatever he did back in those times, he would light this candle and basically, set the mood. It's a little candle burning to help get the wife in the mood. Well, that's, old school. They've been doing that for years. So the wife really wouldn't be too into it. So what he would do is he'd take his lighter and he'd just light the candle like so. Hard to do with one hand. And his wife would see that the candle was lit, and he'd leave the room, and he'd just put the candle there underneath that glass bottle, the glass vial above it, and he would leave the room. And the wife would wake up and turn over and see the candle lit, and she'd go, oh man, he wants sex. He's so annoying, I don't want to have sex with him. So the husband would be gone, and she'd just roll over and just ignore it. Well, then the husband would come back, and there's a little secret compartment here where there's cards. And the cards say mouth, pussy, hand job. There's one here that says anal. It's stuck in there right now. And what you do is, whatever the husband wanted that day, after the wife rolled over and she wasn't looking, you take one, there's anal. Let's put anal in there, why not? You take the anal card and you put it on this first spool right here. There's a little band that holds it into place. So you put it on there, you find the hole, sorry, hard to do with one hand, and you push it past the rubber band pin like that. And then, so the wife would go to sleep, and you make sure you hide the cards. You put the cards back in the slit. You never want your wife to see the cards not on the machine. So after we rolled over, the candle would be burning. She'd be annoyed with the candle, like, oh, he wants sex. And so the candle's warming up this tube, getting the Stirling engine ready to run. So after the husband comes back from his coffee and his wife's still asleep, he would start the Stirling machine like this. And the Stirling machine powers this little generator, which creates flashing lights, different colors. They'll also spin this fan And attached to the fan is a little like emery board that spins. So we'll go into that later. Also, you have this thing. It's a spinning dial. Back then, they really believed in hypnotizing people. So that was supposed to hypnotize the wife as she looked at it. And you also have this piece down here, which spun the word. It's not doing it real great right now, but it's supposed to spin the word fast enough where the wife can't quite make it out. She knows it's there, but she can't really read it. It's supposed to be wow, I can't say that word. Subliminally in her mind, but she can't really read it because then that would be too obvious. I think I have to adjust this band. Give me a second. Yeah, I had to adjust the band on front. It's not spinning better. So the husband will leave the room, and you hear that kind of just clicking sound the machine makes. It's kind of supposed to have like a metronome effect, and it's supposed to help the wife relax. So she turns over eventually, and she sees this machine turning, and it's the flashing lights supposed to, get to her head. Remember, they didn't have a lot of fans, weren't common back then, so she feels the coolness of the fan blowing on her, and the flashing light kind of disorienting her, and then the spinning wheel kind of doing that hypnotic gaze to her, and then this word she can't make out. She's not even sure it's a word, just subliminally getting into her mind because you can't truly read it, but it is a word there. And so the machine will relax her, and eventually she'd call her husband and she'd say, "Husband, what is this machine? What is this thing doing in our room?" And he'd say, "Oh, honey, I know how long you spend filing your nails with that old-fashioned emery board and just manually doing it. Well, I bought you this machine so you can do your nails automatically. It's a machine that just files your nails." And this is the late 1800s, so people don't really know how much it takes just to create a little thing to sand your nails. So she thinks this whole machine does nothing but sand her nails. So she thinks, wow, this must be really expensive. It's this big machine my husband bought for me just so I can have an automatic nail filer. How sweet, what a loving husband. And he started it this morning for me. So she's disoriented, she's hypnotized, she's subliminally affected, and now she feels all romantic because you bought her this nice gift. There's the romantic candle going, there's the disorienting lights, and she goes, "Oh baby, you're so sweet. Let's do something." And this was the most important part in the instructions. She's like, "Yeah, baby, let's have a little fun." And the most important part was the husband would say, "Okay, dear, what do you want to do?" And remember, this is supposed to be subliminally in the back of her head. As silly as it sounds, this is, late 1800s thinking. That this is going to be subliminally in her head because she could kind of see it, but not truly see it, so it's into the back of her mind. And she'll go, "Oh, I don't know, how about anal or hand job or put it in my mouth or pussy," whatever card you put on there is supposed to be in the back of her mind, so that's what she says. In the book, that was supposed to be the instructions. That was supposed to be very important. You ask her what she wants. So when she says what she wants, it's supposed to make her feel more empowered and make it feel like the whole thing was her decision. So that's pretty much how the machine worked. Just different bands and stuff and other things and rods just all holding it in place. When you bought it, it came with a little lighter so you could light the candle. Or, like I said, I'm not sure what they used as fuel back then. But this thing will run for about, half an hour to 45 minutes just on that little bit of fuel. And so I thought it was an interesting, impressive machine for how much energy and things it's doing just powered by that little flame right there. Never used it on my wife. Not sure she'd fall for it, but I don't know what the thinking was back then. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comment. It's kind of a simple machine, but there are some weird things you have to go through and think about when repairing it. Let me hold it like this, you can see it better. Yeah, so that's it running. This would be disorienting and hypnotizing. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you have one and you have any questions about how to repair it, if you had one and you're not sure what it was or how to use it, hope you enjoyed the video.